Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dudesky's Adventures. Adventures with Dudesky. Second podcast while here in Alaska. I'm a little tired right now. Tired of these damn bugs everywhere. On the video and on the audio. Well, I'm inside a shed right now, our net shed, our gear shed. Just to get away from the bugs and the wind. Everybody inside the cabin right now is probably taking a nap after dinner. I want to too, trust me. It's been pretty much non-stop since we've gotten here. A few days of, a little bit of laziness here and there because of the weather. It's raining, so we can't do many projects outside, so we do indoor projects or something, We always find something to do around here. We all take turns cooking, we all take turns doing the dishes, all that good stuff. We haven't fished yet. Today is June 15th. We probably won't start fishing till the 19th. So that's Friday. Today's Tuesday. We're ready though. We got our nets already geared up, repaired. Jason and Sean are working on their nets like that too. I was doing a few other projects, helping them out here and there when I could. Fix a few bikes. Me personally, I did a few side projects when I was bored. I ended up building a couple of extra shelves because we have some dry goods that are just piled up on there or on the side. It was a little bit messy, so I just reorganized the place a little bit. I built 3 separate shelves. I took pictures of them, so I'll post them up on our channel. Everybody here in the audios, go make sure you go check out these videos. It's been pretty chill out here. Everybody's been quarantined. Here in the cabin, we're almost done. We've been taking our temps like they want us. Just making sure that we follow the regulations. On the upside, on the crazy side, I guess there was a couple of bear sightings. So the first one was a few days ago, maybe close to a week ago. My buddy Sean and Emily, they are next door to our cabin, so that's theirs, and they have a second story too from their window. They got to see a couple bears out there, and they were just chilling in the dump. But it was already too late for me to go back out there and whatnot, right? So 3 days ago, around that bear incident was around 12 midnight, something like that. So we could still see them. The other night, it was around 10:30ish, maybe around there, and everybody's all kind of winding down. Jason and I are in the camp, are in this building. Emily and Sean go back to theirs, and then not even 5 minutes later, Emily comes running back. In my head, the way she's running, I'm like, oh shit, she's being chased. And I'm like, okay, but maybe not, because she's not screaming. But she comes in, and she's like, hey, there's a bear at the dump site. Let's go see it. All right, so I put on my freaking, I got my sandals on. I ran outside, and I see it at the dump, and my adrenaline starts, going crazy. So I climb up their ladder to the balcony that they have on their second story. And on the process, I kind of slipped a little bit, and I fucked up my shin. I got a big old gash on that. But it was worth it. So I go upstairs, and I get into the window. I'm starting taking pictures, and Jason gets on the four-wheeler, revs it up, and you'll hear it on the video when I post it. He's revving it up, and you see the bear just running across the tundra. And it was still a juvenile bear, but this bear is, whew, man, this cabin right here, the entrance is about 10 feet tall, all the way to the roof. Yeah, that's almost as tall as the bear was if he would have stood on hind legs, but he didn't. I was hoping he would. So he runs him off, goes into the tundra. I kind of follow with my phone, watch him, and he's out there. So I come back to this cabin, go up the stairs, and we get some binoculars, and he just lays down out there in the tundra. No problem. He might go back to the dump, he might not. Who knows, right? We're inside, we're fine. So I'm working on a couple of videos that I'm editing about just because I'm bored from the trips that I took with Chelsea from Coldwater, which, I'll talk about that too, or you guys can watch it on the videos. It was pretty cool, nice little trip. I hope you guys like it. Editing those videos, I'm like, okay, fine. So I go upstairs, I get my toothbrush and stuff, I come downstairs, I'm passing the window of the kitchen, and I have a habit of just looking out to see what I see. You know, see the sunset over the bay. Somebody's working out there. I don't know, or a bear, right? So I look out the window and I see the bear just laying down in front of the trucks that are across the little trail right here from our cabin. And I'll put that in the video too. He's just laying there. So what they did is that they put a few totes, those plastic containers that people carry around. They find like at Walmart, those black ones with the yellow lids. They put a few of those of one of the fishermen up here, but they left it out, just out there. I hear a noise, right? Well, actually, yeah, before I walk to the window, I hear a noise, and I think it's Jason upstairs. Funny enough, later on, I tell him, I'm like, hey, man, like, I thought it was you making the noise. He thought it was me. I look outside, and I see something moving, and it's the bear just laying there. So I freak out. I don't know what to do. I run upstairs real quick. I'm like, Jason, are you still awake? He's like, yeah. The bear's outside in front of the cabin. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he's right up freaking side. So I go downstairs and I stand in front of the window again. He follows me. He sees it. He's like, what do we do? What do we do? And I'm recording. It's just there. You hear him tapping on the window, kind of like just tap, tap. But after I stopped the recording, like I was about to go upstairs and do something, get my boot. I don't remember what I was doing. And then I hear him open the window and he gets two pots and bangs them together. And that kind of like, he gets up and spooks and runs across the little road and just lays down in the grass behind some junked trucks. And so me and him were like, shit, should we go out there and scare him? Because like, what if Emily and Sean come out and that bear's right there? He's going to get him. So we go out and I get the key of one bike. It gets the key of the other bike. He starts it up. I start it up. We both rev and the bear just takes off running again. And at that point, Emily comes up. She's like, what the hell was that? The bear. She sees it. Boom, whatever. So we go and check. Yeah, he had busted open one of those totes like nothing. Sorry. Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. There you go. I hit the camera trying to get away a mosquito. I don't know why it doesn't bother the camera. It bothers me. Anyways, so we go and we put the totes inside our metal container that we have out here. With all of our, it's our workshop, but it's a metal container, the ones you see on the barges, on the boats, on the ships. So we put everything in there. And like there's still some trash left over because the bear got into the cereal that was there, the dry goods, some oatmeal, whatever. So any of the garbage left up, Jason's like, here, put this on your bike in your basket, drive it up to the dump, scare the bear, you have to rev it up, just dump it out there. If he has this in his taste buds and his smell, he's gonna go after this, so keep it away from the cabin. So I get it, and I'm on my forward. I have my K-bar on me too, just in case, and it's kind of half unsheathed. So just in case, I don't know, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. He's scared of the bike. He's scared of the bike. You can tell. But just in case this guy decides to have some balls, I don't know. I have my K-bar. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't see what happens. But, you know, it's still early in the season. And since they're out this early, I mean, there'll probably be more. So what we don't want is that we don't want that bear to be used to, I guess, knowing that there's food around the area. Because if he does, he's going to come in. And what if we're asleep one day, he smells all the rest of the food in the house, and he comes knocking on these doors. To a bear, these walls are paper freaking thin. It's plywood. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can kick through one of these things too, and that's me, right? So imagine a bear. Yeah, so we did that, and the next morning I go out and try to see, I look for the tracks, and I'll even put the pictures on there. It was still a young bear. The size of my boots were the size of his paws, and then my hand was a little bit smaller than his front paws, and you see him there. Yeah, it's crazy, amazing. My adrenaline was rushing so much, and this was like around 11:30 that we saw that second time around. It was already getting dark. They mesh with every shadow everywhere. They mesh in with the tundra during the day. It's craziness. It's just ridiculous. So now, since they're out, we're being more wary, we're being more cautious, making sure that they're not out and about. And, you know, I'll have my K-bar on me, I'll have my knife on me. Either way, they're scared. Most of them, actually, yeah, all of them are scared of the bikes, especially when there's a lot of them running around. So they stay away from the bike because they don't know what goes on. That's good that we have them started that early to be afraid of the noises, because if not, they'd be everywhere, you know, and that's the last thing you want is someone being attacked up here. And then the next thing we have to do is go hunt a bear or kill that bear. And then the Alaska State Troopers come down, Wild and Game comes down, does an investigation, a whole bunch of messes, right? So we're just gonna scare them off with the bikes. That's all there is to it. Like I said, as far as fishing goes, we start hopefully Friday, or we'll find out maybe Thursday or Friday morning when we can actually start fishing. And I mean, I am itching. I am super itching to go fishing. All right. We passed by a few sites earlier. Now, there's a place called Coffee Point. Coffee Point is about 10 to 12 miles south of where we're at right now along the beach, and it takes about maybe 20 minutes on a nice little speed down the bike. If there's no, not a lot of, if the tide's down. If there's no mud either, right? So we go down, we've gone there a couple of times, and then we saw a couple of fishermen that they know. The last name is Dudas, Emily and Mike. Emily and her helper, Levi, I believe it was. They got a couple of fish just for the tide, I guess to start for home pack, which means, they catch, they fillet, they vacuum seal, they freeze for the way home. Or for later, for during the season if they want to eat it, whatever. So, there's a few other people doing the same thing, so we asked a few of them if they could, spare a fish or two later on. Hopefully they bring it, that way we can start eating. That's not what I want. I want to actually go fish. I cannot wait to go fishing. I saw the fish in their raft. I wanted to jump in there with them, and I wasn't even geared up. So, I mean, other than that, it's been pretty still. It's been pretty chilled out here. As time goes on, I'll see what else I can put up on these podcasts. It's not going to be a lot of them up here, but video-wise, there will be a lot of videos of how everything is done, why we do these things. So, I mean, I'm excited to show these things to you guys, too. And again, you guys in the audios, go to my YouTube channel, check it out. And if you like what you see, ask me questions, whatever. I hope you guys like them, because I enjoy being up here. This is a whole different lifestyle than anybody would ever be used to. I was telling Sean, I mean, not to degrade myself or anything, right? But being up here, I feel a hell of a lot more manly than I used to down south. I mean, I built 3 shelves. I'm here fixing bikes, mending nets. We're going fishing. We're getting nasty and dirty. Like, it's awesome. And my hands are always dirty. My nails. It's cool. It's fun. I like it up here. All right. I'm wearing crazy jeans. I'm freaking wearing these thermals to keep warm for the most part underneath. I got some awesome steel toe boots that we found up in Emily's old house that I have. I feel like this is my second home. I love being up here. So me sharing my experiences with you guys, and even everybody knows, they see me with the GoPro on, they're like, oh, what are you doing with that? What is that? What's the GoPro? Cool, awesome. What are you doing with it? Why? Because of my YouTube channel. I want people to know. And they're like, oh, dude, that's pretty cool. I only show some certain friends, but there's still a lot of people that ask me, and I don't know what to tell them. So, and I've already gotten a few people that tell me, when you get these videos up, like, hey, share them with me, and I'll share them with my friends, because it's a lot easier that way. And that's a great idea. For all my fishing friends, if you guys see these on there, like, share with your friends. I not toot my own horn, but I'm doing the work for it, It's been 7 years since I did this the first time, and I've always talked about it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you that have done this, if you're watching or listening, you like telling these stories. You want people to know what it's like, because, it's a cool lifestyle. If you weren't into this lifestyle, you wouldn't be into this lifestyle. You wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't into this lifestyle. And this is the complete opposite of what I'm used to in Texas. I sell knives in Texas. I'm sitting behind a desk in Texas on a laptop in the AC. Or if I'm in a show, yeah, sure, I'm in the hot sun, but it's nothing like this. Nothing like this at all. I'm outside in the wilderness. The bears are around anytime. So it's pretty cool. But that's it for this podcast. That's it for this recording on this video. Like I said, once these actually come up and I post them, it's obviously the season's going to be over. I have no service out here. No service at all. We have a satellite phone that's connected onto a cell phone, so we use that. All that good stuff. So by the time these come up, I'll be back. You guys can ask me all the questions you want. Share them, comment, all that good stuff. Until then, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.